to be teaching these big academic words and embedding them in everyday learning so that the students can get at least 20 exposures, and that's when they actually start using the vocabulary. So, hi friends, it is Melissa, and I blog over at First Grade Frame of Mind. And I wanted to just share some back to school ideas with you when you're looking at routines and structure and rules and being a good learner, a good listener, a good friend, and how you could take what you're already teaching and add some vocabulary to it that students should be learning, academic vocabulary. The research is behind this, that starting in kindergarten, we need to be teaching these big academic words and embedding them in everyday learning so that the students can get at least 20 exposures, and that's when they actually start using the vocabulary. Okay, so this is what I have come up with for myself that I'm going to plan on using. So classify, categorize. So first of all, the rules of citizenship and just social studies in general. We can classify rules, citizenship in the social studies subject. Okay. Identify. We can do this very easily. Identify rule number 1. Identify rule number 2. Okay. Then it can get into, I can retell the rules, rule number 1 through 5. We have 5 rules in my classroom. So we would go over the rules and then we would talk about retelling the rules. Describe. So describe the proper way to walk down the hallway. And this is very important. We're all going to be talking about that, I'm sure, unless you're a homeschooler and maybe you don't have that issue, but maybe you can come up with, describe how we sit and work on independent work. I can make connections. So I can make a connection that when I see this or when I hear shh, I can make the connection that I need to get quiet. Demonstrate. So over and over and over, I'm always having the students demonstrate and practice lining up, standing up, pushing your chair in, lining up quickly and quietly, or from the line, getting back to your seat quietly. Demonstrate that. Details. Share details on keeping your desk clean. Okay, so what are the details in trying to keep our desk clean? We want to keep our pencils and crayons in our baggies, or you might have a box that they bring to school. Some teachers have students put their notebooks on one side and books on the other side. So what are the details of keeping a clean desk at the beginning of the school year? Determine your voice level for playground versus the hallway. We need to determine the difference between. Distinguish goes along with that as well. Distinguish, determine, tell the difference. Distinguish between playtime and work time. And sometimes we have times where we can play. Sometimes we can have times where we can work. Sometimes our work time is fun time. It feels like play, but we are still learning. We need to distinguish between the differences. Locate the exits so that if we have to get out of the school quickly for emergency reasons. In this example, locate the recycling bins. The difference between the recycling bin. Oh, you could even bring in, I can distinguish and locate the recycling bin. I can locate the regular trash bin. I can explain what to do in an emergency. So we have fire drills, This is always on the first day, the first week. Fire drills, tornado drill, wind drill. Some of you live in a place where it's an earthquake drill, even tsunami drill. Some of you live in those places. So explain the process of what to do in those emergencies. Suggest to students, or have them suggest to each other, to try to wear sunscreen every day. It's summertime here in the United States and in North America, and there's a lot of sunny days, hot sunny days. So, and we try to tell them, I suggest that you wear some sunscreen when we go on field trips too. So that's a great beginning of the school year discussion. Recount. So I can recount my schedule for today, when I go to specials during the week, what specials I go to. I can recount throughout the week what specials we're going to be going to in my classroom. Compare. Now, compare and contrast are very popular. Popular as in, we talk about it quite often in reading or math, science. But here at the beginning of the year, we can talk about how we can compare how our friends can like the same things, and that's great. And we can contrast how friends can like different things, and that's okay too. So talking about citizenship, where students are trying to get along, that it's okay. Some days you want to play with a certain game with a certain friend because your other friends really don't care for that game, and that's okay. You can compare and contrast that. Support. So at the beginning of the year, I'm going to use this by saying, support your classmates and be helpful. If you see them drop something on the floor, pick it up and give it back to them. And they hopefully will support you and be helpful to you. And last, draw. So I can draw a conclusion that after I need to clean up right after I eat my lunch or snack. We need to draw the conclusion that we need to do certain things in a certain order, and we need to make sure that we clean up. Okay, so these are the different ways that I am going to be using all of these words that I just went over with you. And if you're just joining me, it's okay, because I'm going to add this video to this page, and you can rewatch again exactly how I'm going to use all of these vocabulary words that are so important for primary education, kindergarten and first grade especially. By second grade, these students need to recognize, understand, and orally be able to use these words. So I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I will get back to them. I promise I will. So as you get ready for back to school, I hope that you are excited. It's going to be a brand new school year, and it's going to be a great one. Have a great day. Bye.